can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Remember the speech from Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker?
Good to see you, Suze. How are you?
Hi. I took some time out of being in the kitchen to come in here to be by your side, to support you however I can as your wife and the mother of your 3 children.
That's
your children, not mine.
I didn't expect you to go split the uprights like that right off the bat today, Suze. But you went full Butker right out of the gate.
I went full Butker. It's my honor, Rich, and my duty in Gilead.
Well,
I'm out of the kitchen, guys.
Because Rich Eisen and his wife Susie Schuster certainly did, and they would troll him multiple times.
As men, we set the tone of the culture, and when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in. This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better.
This commencement speech at Benedictine College, as we covered previously, was atrocious, and thus...
But to say that people who are about to receive their diplomas are being lied to diabolically because they are being told that some title that awaits them through their hard work isn't as rewarding as sitting at home and being a mother or being a homemaker. The way that you hold up our family and hold your own as a professional. As our children like to remind me, you're the only one in the family with an Emmy Award.
My heart hurt for those girls sitting there because they have so much potential ahead of them and they can do whatever they want to do.
The couple would lay into him. I say all of that to bring this piece of sound up. Recall the Friday night football game, which I am not a fan of, let's be clear. The NFL Friday night doesn't match. It doesn't mesh well. Rich Eisen is on the call for Chiefs Chargers. Harrison Butker misses an extra point, and here is what it sounded like on the YouTube.com NFL broadcast.
Number of big plays on that drive to get 7 on the board. Butker to tie it. Harrison Butker, interestingly enough, is wide right.
Via USA Today. While the kick did sail wide right of the uprights, that comment from Eisen may be a subtle reference to Butker's political leanings. I think it's obvious. The Chiefs kicker supported President Donald Trump's 2024 presidential campaign, calling him the most pro-life president. Butker would say, and I quote, "I'm supporting the president that's going to be the most pro-life president, and I think Donald Trump is the most pro-life president. That's a topic that is the most crucial topic for me. I want us to be fighting for the most vulnerable, fighting for the unborn, and that's what we should prioritize." So let's be clear about a few things. And I want to be crystal clear about this before anybody misinterprets it. Harrison Butker is allowed to say whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants. Hate speech should not be tolerated in this country. He's allowed to say what he pleases. If he believes that he should have 12 wives and they all stay at home, he can say it. I think keeping a woman in a certain position where they don't want to be is highly criminal, of course. But what he said at Benedictine College was him expressing his free speech. That is fine. we can criticize the contents of said speech. And what really irks me is he talked about so many things that did not match up. And then he tried to say, no. I wasn't saying that about women. Do you think we are stupid, or are you just blissfully ignorant? I mean, you're not even taking hits, so I can't even blame it on head trauma. I think your brain is scrambled by your own doing or undoing. To have that perspective on life and then to go on Fox News and say, nope, everyone else is wrong. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. That is nuts, man. Nuts. Just own it. Which shows to me how cowardice he is. There would be gay men on TikTok who would be critiquing Harrison Butker's Instagram post, which basically looks like he's trying to male model when he goes to the stadium. And their gaydars were going off. They were. And yet, there have been so many instances of conservatives who have decided to stay in the closet and in turn speak like Harrison Butker does and be rambunctiously, vigorously anti-gay, usually because it is a front and they are really upset with themselves, which is, sad. And it would be less sad if they weren't the ones who had a humongous platform, the loudest megaphone, and or our policymakers pushing these anti-LGBTQ plus bills. That is where the sympathy would come from. Now, Rich Eisen and Susie Schuster are married. They've been married for a while. They have a family, they have kids, And Eisen saying that on the call, all of us were like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme on Twitter, where we were like, oh, got it. So it just bugs me. It truly does. Because I think if he was like other strong-willed men, if they were to truly be masculine, you would allow other people to live their lives. That is masculinity. Masculinity is not playing dress up and going to a football stadium while also on your downtime advocating for the rights of your fellow Americans to be stripped because you want to live in a world where women are lesser than men. You could be playing a masculine sport, though you're a kicker. You could be playing the most masculine sport. That is not masculinity. That is weakness. Weakness is not masculine. And I'm not saying I'm the manliest man. And Hassan Piker is not the manliest man. All right. And Zoran Mamdani is not the manliest man. But there's a difference between trying to be that person and placing women in a corner and others who don't. And that is why Harrison Butker's speeches are not only horrendous and are trying to set us back, but I just have to think there is something more there that he doesn't want us to know.